Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Najah Hayati binti Muhammad Zahir. Me and my friend Alif Nur Ilman and Nur Ilyana will be presenting about the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is an organ system that distributes blood to all parts of the body. To move blood around the body, we need heart, blood, and blood vessel. This system helps transport oxygen, nutrients, and hormones throughout the body, as well as remove carbon dioxide and metabolic waste. They also help to protect the body from infection and blood loss, and regulate body temperature. Next, I will explain about the heart. Heart is a hollow muscular organ that rhythmically contracts, forcing the blood through a blood vessel. The heart is in cone shape, and the size is actually like its orifice. The weight is about less than a pound, and it's beat over 100,000 times a day to pump blood around the body for about 60,000 miles of blood vessel. The heart lies within a protective sac called pericardium, which has the protective membrane surrounding it. The heart has three layers, which is endocardium, epicardium, and myocardium. The heart divides into two sides, which is right and left. The right side receives blood and sends it to the lungs to be oxygenated, while the left side receives oxygenated blood from the lungs and send it out to the tissue of the body. And have foot chamber, which is right and left ventricle and right and left atrium. Pericardium is a protective sac. Pericardium has two, which is fibrous pericardium and serous pericardium. Fibrous pericardium is the loosely fitting superficial part of the sac. It has tough connective tissue that can protect the heart, anchors it to surrounding structures, and prevent overfilling of the heart with blood. While deep to fibrous pericardium, there is the serous pericardium, the thin, slippery sac, and has two layers of serous membrane, which is the parietal and visceral layer. Next, wall of the heart. The heart has three layers, which is endocardium, myocardium, and epicardium. The endocardium is the innermost layer of the tissue that lines the chamber of the heart and provides protection to the valve and heart chamber. The myocardium is the middle muscular wall of the heart, or known as heart muscle. The epicardium is the outermost layer of the heart. And all of these layers richly supplied with blood vessel. The heart has divided into two, which is right and left, and have foot chamber, which is right and left ventricle and right and left atrium. There are four valves that allows blood pass through between ventricle and atrium before leaving each chamber of the heart, which is two atrioventricular valve and two semilunar valve. Atrioventricular valve is tricuspid and mitral, or known as bicuspid valve, while semilunar valve is pulmonary and aortic valve. Tricuspid valve located between the right atrium and the right ventricle, while bicuspid valve located between left atrium and the right ventricle. The pulmonary valve is located between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery, while aortic valve located between the left ventricle and the aorta. This is great vessel of the heart. It has superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, and aorta. Next is pathway of blood through the heart. Start from inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, pergi ke atrium kanan. Lepas tu injap tricuspid, ventricle kanan, injap pulmonary, artery pulmonary, jantung, vena pulmonary, artery kiri, injap bicuspid, lepas tu ventricle kiri, injap aortic, aorta, and seluruh badan. Last slide, cardiac conduction system. Cardiac conduction system is a group of specialized cardiac muscle cell in the wall of the heart that sends signal to the heart muscle causing it to contract. The main component of the cardiac conduction system are sinoatrial node, atrioventricular node, atrioventricular bundle, and cardiac conducting myofibers.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. So my name is Nurjana, so I will explain to you about blood. Okay, blood. The definition of blood is that fluid that carries oxygen and other elements to the tissue and carbon dioxide away from the tissue through the heart and vascular system of humans and other animals. For example, the red fluid that come out from a person when he get cut. Okay, lepas tu kenapa darah ni warna merah? Sebab dalam sel darah merah dia mengandungi hemoglobin. Okay. Hemoglobin ni adalah protein that form a complex with iron molecules, and together they transport oxygen molecules throughout the body. Okay. Iron has a property reflecting red light, and because there is so much iron in our blood, sebab tu darah boleh nampak merah. Okay. Seterusnya function. Antara function yang dijalankan oleh darah ialah distribution function, regulation functions, and protective function. Okay, dalam distribution function ni seperti delivery, removal, and transport. Delivery oxygen, nutrient, removal carbon dioxide dengan metabolic waste. Lepas tu transport ni dia transport hormon, transport waste product from cell for elimination. Okay, regulation function ni dalam dia maintenance. Okay, maintenance ni apa? Maintenance ni macam dia maintain body temperature dengan capacity fluid volume. Okay, protective function ni dalam dia prevention. Prevention ni macam blood loss ataupun clotting. Dia prevention daripada dehydration, infection dan sebagainya. Okay, next is about component. Okay, antara komponen-komponen yang terdapat dalam blood adalah red blood cell, plasma, platelets, white blood cells. Okay, kita pergi kepada red blood cell. Okay, red blood cells ni dia represent 40 to 45 of body volume. Tapi dalam ada yang kata woman body volume dia can up to 37 to 43%, while lelaki pula 43 hingga 49%. Okay, kita tahu yang red blood cells ni dia generate daripada bone marrow. Okay, contohnya seperti skull, pelvis, rib dan sebagainya. Dan kitaran red blood cells ni hanya 100 hingga 120 hari. Okay, sel darah merah ni mempunyai bentuk biconcave. Dia tak ada nucleus and get the red color from an iron contain protein called hemoglobin. Okay, next is about plasma. Okay, kita tahu yang plasma ni dia made daripada water, salt and protein. Okay, over half of your blood plasma. Okay, the solid part of blood contain red blood cells, white blood cells and platelet. Okay, plasma ni dia mempunyai yellowish in color, have 90% water, 55% of whole blood and 10% of solutes. Okay. The role of plasma is to take nutrients, hormone and protein to the part of the body need it. Cells also put their waste product into the plasma, and the plasma help to remove the waste from the body, and also it carry all part of the blood through the circulatory system. Okay, plasma also contain antibodies, protein, coating factor, and coating factor. Next is about platelets. Platelets ni, the size of platelets is smaller than red blood cells and white blood cells. And platelet play roles in blood, which is coagulations and wound healing. Also, it combined with fibrin derived from filanogens to form a clot when the blood vessel rupture. The lifespan of platelets is 7 to 8 days. Okay, seterusnya ialah white blood cells. White blood cells ni role dia defending body against harmful microorganisms and foreign particles, which is the defense and immunity. And red blood cells ni dia sedikit besar daripada red blood cells. Okay. When infection detected in many part of the body, the white blood cells move and fight it. They have two basic classifications. For example, granulocytes and organocytes. The lifespan of the white blood cells is around few hours. They can be months or year. Because antara penyakit yang disebabkan white blood cells adalah leukemia dan infections, which is mononucleosis. Okay, seterusnya kita pergi ke human blood group. Ya, kita dapat tahu yang blood ada beberapa jenis types seperti darah AB, darah A, B dan O, dan also ada negatif dengan positifnya. Okay, blood type is determined by presence or absence, which is positive or negative, of certain antigens. Okay, antigens ni ialah substance that can trigger an immune response if they are foreign to the body. They have a major blood group by the presence or absence or to antigen, and it located on the surface of RBCs. Okay, antibody, dia ada antigens, antibody, and agglutinations. Okay, antibodies is the proteins secreted by white blood cells that attach to antigens. Agglutinations is clumping caused by antibodies binding to antigens on RBCs. Okay, di antara grup-grupnya, Group A, antigen A on red blood cells and B, antibodies on plasma. Okay, Group B, antigen B on red blood cells and A antibody on plasma. Okay, Group AB, antigen A dan B ada di dalam red blood cells. Dan Group O, dia tiada antigen tetapi dia ada kedua-dua antibody, which is A and B in plasma. Okay, dan kita dapat tahu darah AB can receive blood from AB, A, B dan O. Darah A can receive blood from A dan O sahaja, dan darah B boleh receive blood daripada B dan O, dan darah O can receive blood daripada darah O sahaja. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alif Nur Ilman bin Zamri. So my part is the blood vessel. So basically, blood vessels consist of three components, which is arteries, capillaries and veins. So we move to the first one, which is arteries. So what is arteries? Arteries is the function of artery is carry blood away from the heart. Okay, second blood vessel is capillaries. Capillary is where nutrient and gas exchange occur. And then the third one is veins. Veins or venules carry blood towards the heart. Okay, we move to the next slide. So here we can see the diagram of blood vessel, the structure of blood vessel. So we do have a capillary valve, inner layer, middle layer, outer layer. Then so we move to the arteries. So what is arteries? Arteries and arterioles take blood away from heart. Means dia mengangkut darah keluar daripada jantung. Okay, and then the largest arteries is the aorta. So aorta ni ialah sejenis arteries yang paling besar. Okay, and then arterioles can constrict or dilate, changing blood pressure. And then the middle layer of artery wall consists of smooth muscle that can constrict to regulate blood flow and blood pressure. So what is veins? Veins are a type of blood vessel that return deoxygenated blood from your organs to your heart. Maksudnya darah yang kurang beroksigen di organ diangkut oleh veins untuk kembali semula ke jantung, untuk continue the blood circulation. Okay, and then veins have much less smooth muscle and connective tissue than arteries. And then there's two type of veins, which is pulmonary veins and systemic veins. So for the pulmonary veins is consists of pulmonary circuit that carries deoxygenated blood from your heart to your lungs. Maksudnya pulmonary veins ni ialah kitaran pulmonari yang mengangkut darah yang kurang beroksigen daripada jantung, means yang darah yang telah digunakan yang kembali semula ke jantung, dan pulmonary veins akan ambil balik darah yang kurang oksigen dari jantung tu pergi ke paru-paru, lungs, untuk pertukaran gas, which is semasa di paru-paru pertukaran gas berlaku, which is darah yang kurang oksigen ataupun terdioksigen akan bertukar menjadi darah yang kaya dengan oksigen. Okay, itu for the pulmonary veins. Okay, for the systemic veins, the systemic circuit carries deoxygenated blood from the rest of your body and back to your heart. Macam tadi kan, yang untuk sistemik ni dia angkut darah yang kurang oksigen yang telah digunakan oleh seluruh badan, yang darah oksigen yang telah digunakan oleh seluruh badan, dia angkut darah tu pergi semula ke jantung untuk meneruskan the blood circulation. Okay, and then we move to the capillaries. So capillaries has a wall only one cell thick to allow exchange of gases and nutrients with tissue fluid. So dia ada hanya satu sel dinding yang tebal untuk membenarkan pertukaran gas dan nutrien dengan tissue fluid. Okay, and then capillaries help to connect your arteries and veins in addition to facilitating the exchange of certain elements between your blood and tissue.
Okay, thank you.